into 5 on your sideline. I am Corey Miller, and we have a loaded show tonight. Blues Hall of Fame, big Cardinals news, and a basketball feat unlike anything you've seen.
Well said, Corey. I'm Annie Kroll. Before we get to any of that, we know this. Friday nights are all about the highlights, so let's get into them.
All right, let's do it. I went to DeSmet expecting a close game between the Spartans and Vianney, two of the best teams around. Their first meeting was spicy. That's not what I got. Look at that score. DeSmet domination. Owen Duff jumper, lead extended. Griffin still putting up a fight, though. Teddy Ox, that's good for 3 from the corner. But DeSmet will keep their foot on the gas pedal. Braden Butler, that's good for a triple from the wing. We're going to see Owen Duff flying in, sneaky block on 7'3" Simon Guy. Oh, yeah, the crowd loves that one. And then Brennan Wall, money from deep as well. The crowd goes even crazier. It's a blowout on Ballast. DeSmet wins 85-48. That is a statement, folks. Ooh, tough finish. Nice win for Lutheran St. Charles there. Bashan hosting Burlington from North Carolina. That's a premier matchup. Trey Williams Jr. into the lane, lays it in for 2. Amazing alley-oop from the visiting team we got to show you. Look at that play. Watch your head. Wolverines made enough big plays, though, tonight, too. Nicholas Randall, power move into the lane. That's a finish for 2 points. It working from deep as well. Christian Williams hits from beyond the arc. Burlington gave Bashan all they could handle, but the Wolverines survive with a 59-54 victory.
Well, how about Parkway Central hosting Lindbergh tonight? The Colts getting off to a very early lead. It's going to be Oliver Kopel who flies through the air, puts it in. That's going to be good for 2. Then the Flyers are going to end up playing a little bit of hot potato under the basket, double teamed. It's going to be Sam Skyrin and Aiden Rush. Kopel wasn't done yet. He's going to end up wailing one in. Ooh, and the crowd is fired up. That one goes in with 12 seconds left in the first half. Loving it back there at home. And then he's not done. It's going to be Central's Sam Sailors who gets a buzzer beater at the end of the second period, sends his team into the locker room fired up and ready to go. In a nail-biting finish, it ends up being Parkway Central with the win, 57 to Lindbergh's 55.
Great game, Annie.
Well, let's talk about Parkway West as well, battling with Ladue this evening. The Rams nailing a 3 from the top of the key right here. That's Dwayne Foley. He's not done, though, bouncing underneath. The senior puts it in for another 2. This is probably one of the most physical games I've seen all season. A spin move from West. Brian Wright gets a muscling in and gets a foul. He's going to end up putting in a free throw. The 6'5" senior needs all of those points. There's going to be one more sneaky score from Ladue right underneath. That's Pearson Calvert from the paint. Ladue not giving up an inch of the court tonight, making the final score Ladue 63, Parkway West 46.
Borgia boys took their 15-0 undefeated record into the Lions' Den at Cardinal Ritter last night. Nice fake, teardrop, James Porter, that gets Ritter on the board. Then it's going to be Borgia's star. Adam Rickman shows off some nice moves for 2 of his own. Let's go fast break the other way. Lions flying. Clayton Jackson finishes it off, and Cardinal Ritter finishes off Borgia's hopes of an undefeated season. They win big last night, 56-27. Well, you know what's better than 1 buzzer beater? How about 3? Orchard Farm basketball made news around the country for their trio of wild finishes on Tuesday night. It started with the boys' JV team. Down by 3, Max Beckstrom-Mueller hit a 3 to tie the game against St. Charles West. Then he stole the ball and hit another 3 to win the game at the buzzer. 6 points in 7 seconds. Next was girls varsity. Faith Mitchell hit a wild 3 of her own to win that game at the buzzer. Then finally, the boys varsity. Max Dietrich hit a jumper as time ran out. They'd put a second back on, but they won that game for Orchard Farm on another last-second shot. Beckstrom-Mueller's finish was the #2 play on SportsCenter's top 10 that night, and the combined trio of buzzer beaters for one school in one day is something we may never see again.
Then I hit the shot to tie the game, and then the inbounders just threw it into me. I was so surprised, and I just shot in and went in. It was awesome.
It was really cool just because, I mean, people see us as like a small school surrounded by cornfields, and then now all three of us are like everywhere basically, and then Max on ESPN and everything. So that was cool to see.
Craziness actually continues. The girls JV hit a buzzer beater today. I'm not kidding. So let's see if there was any drama for Orchard Farm boys varsity tonight. They've played St. Charles. Pirates score first there. Chris Ketchum from downtown. But Will Wolf can go coast to coast for the Farm. That's an impressive lay-in. There's one of these buzzer beater heroes cashing in. Max Dietrich, nice move, 2 in the paint. Alex Weinholt has some moves in the paint for Orchard Farm as well. The Eagles keep on rolling. They beat St. Charles tonight 66-55.
Good stuff, Corey. It was a very special night over at the Missouri Athletic Club. A new class of the Blues Hall of Fame got their blue jackets and joined the exclusive club. Keith Kachuk, Mike Liotte, and late Pavel Dimitra joined the ranks of Blues Immortals. Longtime Blues Public Relations Director Susie Matthew was also honored with the team's first True Blue Award. We caught up with the new inductees ahead of the ceremony.
To be able to get the call like that, especially to do it, my kids telling me it was incredible. So I'm honored. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm the luckiest guy in the world to be, have the opportunity to play and live in St. Louis.
The fact that it is with a franchise like St. Louis and with the great players that played here before me and after me, it's a deeper association to the club.
Well, how about this for a Cardinals reunion? Today, the team signed former Cardinal Matt Carpenter to a 1-year deal. Carpenter spent the last 2 years in New York and San Diego and hit just 176 as a Padre last year. But both Matt and John Mozeliak know the 38-year-old is on this team for more than just the ability he still has.
His contribution can be more of a twofold part of that, where he can bring in some veteran leadership to the club, but he certainly still wants to have some impact on this team as a player.
When you get to this point of your career, it's like, really special to be able to, instill and spend time with some of these younger players that you were once there in their shoes. And if the conversations that I have with these guys, if it helps speed up that learning curve that I went through, to me, that's worth it.
The SLU Billikens were back in town tonight against another tough A-10 opponent. We will check in with the Bills coming up next.
Life doesn't get any easier for SLU basketball. After going on the road against conference leader Dayton, they had to go into another tough arena to take on VCU tonight. Travis Ford trying to rally the troops for a big performance this evening. Bills hanging tough early. Mike Meadows with the impressive finish right there and one. Sincere Parker had a nice game as well with 21 points to lead SLU. But this one got denied by the Rams, and that was pretty much how it went for the Billikens today. VCU hit 11 three-pointers and sink SLU 85-61. The Billikens are now 1-4 in the Atlantic 10.
It won't be long before the Cacaws are screeching through the dome for Battlehawks football. The new UFL kicks off training camp in February, and talking with Coach Anthony Becht earlier this week, he has no problem stating his goal for the new season.
I want to win a championship. I mean, that was my goal last year, and I knew my first year head coach, we had a lot of things we had to work out, but man, we tried to speed that process up really fast. I promised the fans last year it was all about filling the dome. If they show up and be there, I'll promise them I'll put a product on the field they can be proud of. And now this year, we know what we have. We have a core base of guys coming back, and we've added some really, really talented players. I just really think right now, on paper, we are really good. We got to go do it now. And that's my job, to get these guys and my staff to get these guys prepared to do that. So training camp's kicking off here in a couple weeks. And once that gets going, man, we got to speed the process up. And it's going to be tougher this year. Even though the basic core guys were there, we didn't have to build a whole new team. We have really good players in the 75-man roster. We got to get that to 50.
Well, if you miss dazzling saves like this from Roman Berkey, you will not have to wait too long to see them in 2024. We're catching up with City SC down at training camp in Florida after the break. It may be hard to believe, but it's almost soccer season again. City SC is underway with training camp down in Florida.
Oh, I can't wait. It's a slightly different roster for the team's second year in action, but they'll have to mesh quickly with the first game in just about a month.
It is a good thing City SC trains in Florida instead of St. Louis. Look at those palm trees. Those look nice.
Very different.
Yes, the Nico Gioacchini transfer question is still looming over the club, but even if the striker moves on, the roster is still stacked with returning stars and newcomers acquired this offseason. Coach Carnell is ready for the new challenge.
It's been intense. It's been competitive. Yeah, we have a plan, and that's to be the best version of ourselves here in 2024. So, always looking at steps to take, forward developing, the players, the mindsets, the mentality, kind of leaving 2023 in the dust, and we're looking forwards.
We're about to hit the busiest time on the sports calendar.
No kidding, Corey.
Soccer's coming back.
Right.
Battlehawks are coming back.
Crucial.
Spring training is like a month and a
Around
half
the corner.
away. The Blues are in the middle of the season. We got college basketball, high school basketball.
Here.
There's a lot going on.
I mean, this is the spot.
It is the spot, and you can stick with us for all of it. That'll do it for 5 on your sideline tonight. That's Andy Kroll. I am Corey Miller. Have a great night, St. Louis.
We are signing off for